そうだ、味方だぜ。
Welcome everyone to D6 Radio Stream, bringing together a bunch of friends from across the internet out to play a D&D live stream show. Man, do I make that mistake every now and again, and I'll do it again, I'm sure, in the future. Uh, before we jump into tonight's game, quick run by two wonderful sponsors, as usual, the wonderful people over at the Deck of Many. In case you guys ever want to get some amazing 5e reference cards, they have the Deck of Many Monsters, the Deck of Many Animated Things, which people would know my opinion about that already, and also the Deck of Many Animated Spells, all the way up to the 5th level, and these are lenticular spell cards, which you can get, and they seem to animate. I would suggest getting them for any spellcasters that you would decide to throw into your game. Even enemies, if you so chose. So, if you guys want to get some D&D 5e reference cards for your tabletop experience, I cannot overlook and not recommend enough to get the deckofmany.com's amazing reference cards. And if you want to get $5 off your final order, you can use the code D6DR. That is D6DR to get $5 off your final order on the deckofmany.com for your RPG reference cards. And second off, I want to give a huge shout out to our patrons over on Patreon. And as of recent, I have finally done a thing, and I'm super glad that I was able to finally get it done. If you guys want to go check out the Patreon, I really suggest you do. And it really does help the show. It helps everything that I do, and it helps everything just go a lot more smoother than just the general likeness of things just happening. And also, this week, I do want to shout out just one person, and one person only, because they only get to comment on the YouTube videos, as they are only able to catch up then. EV1, I believe, or EV number 1, who spends pretty much every episode time coding the beginning of our game on the YouTube videos when they get uploaded, which is an extremely useful thing, especially for the comment section. I cannot thank you enough, and I just wanted to give you that shout out because I know how much you love the game, and I know how much you are not able to make it, and I just want to give you that appreciation for helping us out on YouTube. Okay, that's everything. So, my players, you may now rise, wake up. I've had a very long weekend. Wise from your grave.
Wise from your
unlimited way to work.
Resurrection.
All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump quickly into announcements. I'm gonna only go through 2. The first announcement is that Fate Zero episode 5 is finally done. In case you guys don't know, it is one of my longtime abridged projects that stopped somewhere around 5 years ago, and it's finally coming back. It is on Patreon, a preview version of it, so it's still in rough, but it's pretty much done. I just need to edit some of the stuff out before it is released on YouTube on Friday. It is available to the $5 patrons and up if you want to go and see an early version of that, and just keep in mind, there's still stuff that needs to be worked out, but it's done, and I'm very, very happy. I'm proud of myself. It is something that I fought a lot with in my head, so there's that. Second announcement, pretty much I am back onto my streaming thing. I've kind of just been very busy these past couple of weeks, but I just started restreaming Persona 5. I intend to be streaming Persona 5 all the way up to its completion. We just beat Sae's palace, so I got a little bit more to do. I'm looking forward to completing the rest of this game a second time, just in time for Persona 5 Royal to come out for next month, because Persona 5 is a thing. Okay.
That's coming out next month?
It's coming out next month. I'm so excited. Man, have I put a lot of money into that pre-order. As soon as it was announced, I was just like, here's $80. Let me know how much I have left so I can pay it back on the last month, or pay it off in the last month. I'm just looking forward to doing the stream for that. All right, so that is me. As usual, we're going to go ahead and round the table.
Maybe it's something to do with a USB microphone. Oh wait.
Not the microphone. All right.
Your high detail, high quality microphone.
High definition.
Imagine
Nope.
having a USB microphone.
Just XSplit. All right. I
Bitch,
think we're
little
on.
do You know, that's me
We're
right
good.
now.
All right.
We
All right.
good?
Yep, we're good. All right. So, we're gonna go around real quick. Try and get into game as fast as possible because we're a little late.
little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Go. Boo. How you know?
Hey there! If you've been watching my Twitch this week, I got good news and bad news. Bad news: Fallout New Vegas is busted. I can't open a. It just won't work. Like literally, when I open a door, it fucking crashes straight to desktop. So that's canceled. But in place of that, I'm going to be doing more art streams. So keep an eye out for that. I mean, at Blue Radley pretty much everywhere, and on to the next.
All right. Bracky.
Okay, I am Braki, aka Brachyzoid. I play River, the Halfling Fighter. I'll be doing some games and art streams at twitch.tv/Brachyzoid. Don't really have much to announce, so that will be it for me. Other than if you have anything to share regarding the art or fan art about the campaign, you can do so on Twitter by using the hashtag D6DR or tagging us in it.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Caitlin C37. I paint a lot. Commissions are open. If you want to see those commissions, you can find the information on my Twitch. You can see the streams for said commissions on my Twitch. Did I say Twitter? Whatever. Anyway, just find all that information there.
All
On to the
right.
next.
Mal, how you know?
Hey, I'm Sir Malevic. You can find me on Twitch streaming a variety of video games at twitch.tv/Sir_Malevic. And to continue off what Bracky said about the art, if you need to tag us in any of the art, you can see the names that we have for Twitter underneath our character names on screen.
That does also include this whole mess as well.
That it does. On to the next one.
All right. Zito, how you know?
Yeah, you can find me over at twitch.tv/Zito. You can find me over on Twitter at CZBacklash, and you can find me on my Patreon at the Everangan Almanac, which not a lot is going on with that right now because it's literally just sit and spin until I get artwork, and then 2 books can go out. Yeah, it's, I have already written books well into going into next month, and now it's just waiting on artwork to get to me. So unfortunately, it's sit and wait period. Streaming wise, you can find me playing a variety of indie games. There's a lot of really cool stuff that just came out recently. A lot of stuff that I got a lot of beta keys for. So sooner or later, I'll be showing off stuff that won't be out to the general public for quite some time, but I can still show it off.
All right. Good to know. And last but not least, the dry guy. How you know, Terrence?
Hi,
Hi.
I have nothing to promote.
Nothing new?
Nothing at all.
Wow.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Also,
Nothing at all.
I gotta.
It's nothing.
Also, Dry, did you see the Sonic movie already?
The Sonic movie?
Yeah.
I have seen the Sonic movie.
Okay.
Boy, would I love to talk about it, but I have not because that would have been spoiler, so I had to wait a week. I have to wait a week.
I'll talk to you after stream because I have my I don't get to talk to you at the beginning. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into tonight's game of right about there.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, where we had last left off. After our players had returned back from Otakani in assisting the mining town to regain its materials after it had been invaded by what was a demonic force. Some creatures that were familiar, some that weren't. And after returning back, had gotten news that people had been disappearing from the streets and reappearing on the streets, much less alive. And as such, the party decided to begin a small investigation in order to try and see what has been going on, which led into them finding out that it has much to deal with the past of River and who these people were and what their intentions were for the city or the people that they had been interacting with. After talking with the owner of the Ace Line Gambit and starting a fight at the Ace Line Gambit with these individuals who have gained a great deal of interest in finding out, the properties of healing magical items, or even the mark upon River's back, started a fight down its corridors, and after 2 of the members within the small crew escaping, leaving behind the man who was assaulting them as well. After which, they heard a voice after leaving the Metilius vault, inciting that he would start war with the people that stole the dragon mark from him. Oh, and a man in red. There was a man in red. All right.
Man in red?
Man in red.
Man in red.
Man in red. All right.
What is red?
What
Guys,
is
we
a
need
red?
one man.
I'm sorry.
Let's explain color to the blind man.
It tastes like cranberries.
If any of you were watching Caitlin's stream, I think on Monday, I tried to act as Garu and I said, "What is a black?" And everyone lost their collective mind.
Oh, it's out of
You should have seen the conversation on Bracky's stream a couple days ago. Ooh, boy.
fun.
We need to build a wall of the whites.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway,
Out of context, that doesn't sound great. Go watch the stream so you can get the
I
context.
just want to play D&D. I want to escape reality.
Okay,
Guys, fuck off.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
Okay,
So,
immerse.
what are you guys doing right now? As this is the new morning. At this point in time, you guys have about a week to do whatever you want in the city, or whatever your intention will be in order to prepare, or whatever information you may need.
well,
You want to do a round table?
should we
Yes,
do a
round
round table?
table.
Should we do like an initiative thingamabob?
That's totally up to you guys. You guys find
Let me go
yourselves.
last. I really don't know what to do.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, I guess in that case, Helena has a painter's kit,
Yeah.
and she's been thinking she'll paint a picture of King Oberyn, and at some point after it's all said and done, she's gonna go find Canis.
Make a performance check.
Performance.
Would I be able to argue dexterity?
This is more coming from the memory. It's not really a skill of the hand, as
It is a skill of a hand!
It is a
it's
skill of the hand.
It's a skill of the hand, but
Look at the crowd you are saying this to.
okay.
I will.
Here's the thing. Given Helena's background, very skilled
is-
artist, it is now just a matter of being able to recall this being from memory.
So she's trying to do it with no references. Got it.
Would it
Yeah.
be an intelligence check instead?
I would say this is more for performance.
You lost all.
It's okay, guys. I got an 18.
Hey.
Actually, called
You even from your memory and as charismatically as possible to try and accentuate the glory that is King Oberon. Presenting it to somebody who's never seen or lived with this thing around them, when you show it to Canis, to your senses, it seems wrong. Like a lack of emotion, a lack of human features that is so eccentric to the elven build. He seems more like a thing than a individual.
Voila. Would you be able to do a little favor for me?
That's a nice painting, but what do you need me to do?
Do you have magic that can send a message?
Yes. What do you need to send?
Well, and I'll give you the message. But in a nutshell, I feel like we should probably, or I need to really report back to the king. She says, poking the painting. It's been a while. I'll admit I'm worried, and if we can, although I sort of doubt it, maybe we could even get some help from them, since it sounds like we're in for a battle. I'm gonna send that to you, Mal. I'm gonna send that to you too, Yarrow. Man.
Alright. I don't normally have sending prepared, but like you said, we have a week, so one of those days I'll be able to just prep that and send that out, or attempt to.
That's all well good.
Alright.
Whenever you can.
I have my own reinforcements to call upon. Thank you for this.
Absolutely. What were you thinking?
Well, since this cult decided to declare war on me, I thought to bring the Church of Bahamut against it. I also have a favor from the Queen of the Vale, Lycilia, on account of removing hags from a forest south of there. And I'm willing to bet that we also have a favor from Krog on account of us getting rid of Plate Post from their hair. So, who knows who we can call upon now.
Do you think there's any way that we can pull getting to some of these places quickly?
Well, that may be how we use the favor from Krog. Considering they have those teleport circles, we may be able to use that network of theirs.
We possibly know of any that are closer. Prague was a month, if I remember correctly.
True. I could send a message to that silver dragon that helped us out before. The one that got us back to Auraria from Krog.
From the top of White Dragon Summit.
Yeah.
Oh, she'd be probably a really handy ally too if we can get her. Alright. That could work.
Alright. So, what do you guys do?
I have a small shopping list to do, but I don't necessarily need to roleplay that.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Oh,
I have
also-
an idea. Oh,
Sorry.
Zito?
I have an idea of what I want for Lionel to do, but I don't know if you'll even allow it or if it's even possible at this point because it requires a level up. Above game, meta-wise, I want to fucking multi-class Lionel into Artificer.
Oh.
That would include you having to go do a level up, but we can definitely have that conversation later.
All right. Like I said, I'll wait till the end because I really don't know what to do.
Alright. So, Canis, are you
One-
sending the message?
Yeah, he is sending the message. He will also be sending out messages for calling for help from that silver dragon that he did meet before. I don't think I need to make a check so long as she's on the same plane and since I've met her before.
Okay. That will be noted. Caitlin?
And he will also send one out to Lycilia since, again, he's met her before and she's probably still in Vale.
Okay. Alright, so I will keep that noted right now. Alright, so, Caitlin, will you...
One other thing we should probably do, we should probably send an apology to Mr. Walloy.
That's fair, considering we did start a fight in the middle of his casino.
Yeah,
We
probably a letter.
continue. I didn't start it.
Well,
Leroy started it.
Somebody started it.
Everyone looking at Leroy unmoved. I'm not sorry.
I placed myself in between them and Leroy.
I'm not sorry.
I don't care if you're sorry. You're still guilty of it.
Look, it was a rough situation, okay?
Helena holds up a hand. Look, I understand he was protecting you, which I don't necessarily blame him. However, there are consequences to that sort of thing. Consequences that can lead to more complications later.
Unfortunately, you're saying this to the stunted one who has no fear of death because he is death incarnate.
I know. However, he should probably think of his companions, his family, because though he can't deal with the consequences, she and we can.
Let's just send the apology. Compensation somehow? I don't know.
A nice fruit basket.
That will do. Right? You people like food, right?
Give him a bucket of chicken.
That will do.
Leroy is completely unfocused with any of you.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
He's just sitting in the corner, just like twiddling his thumbs.
No, he's
Listening to his Green Day album.
he is deeply infocused and kind of waiting for somebody to walk by the windows.
He's an alert.
Listening to his Simple Plan CDs.
I don't know if actually visiting him in person would be a good idea right now, but I suppose a letter?
The least we could do, yes.
I do need to shop for a few things, so I could probably deliver it on my way.
Make a persuasion check with the letter, because given the intention, and
Who's that? Me?
depending on who wants to write the
Candace will do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Candace. Yeah. Does he get advantage because we're helping?
Nope.
Darn it.
You're not in person.
12.
All right. You write the best letter that you possibly could to apologize for the night before him.
I saw. We made a fucky wucky.
Yeah.
It's just falling on his sword, I guess.
So sorry, we made fucky wucky. Is the exact
he would
words.
No,
would
that has
never.
to be it.
He would never.
I feel like that would be a
He
natural
would.
one letter.
I'm sorry you took offense to our actions.
All right. So, letter is written. You have a shopping list. Anything?
Yeah, I don't need much. I just want to get some more ball bearings. A new bag of like 1,000 thing of ball bearings.
Okay. Not too difficult. I believe they're not too much. I need to remember to print this out and put it on my screen, because you guys buy like so many general items.
Oh, and some new rope too.
Some new rope. Okay,
Since mine was cut.
that is true.
Oh, you can always go to France for more rope.
Hi, I have plenty of it.
Such fine rope.
Let me reach into my leaves and pull out this root.
Say.
What? No, that's silly. I keep all my rope in my beard.
He keeps the baby chicks in the tree.
Yeah, it's about a gold piece.
Okay, a gold piece for the ball
Yep.
bearings. Okay. That's easy squeezy.
Easy squeezy, lemon peasy. All right.
I'm also actually I want to get some more arrows too. I need a refill. Just 10 arrows.
Okay. Same thing. Couple of gold pizzas.
Couple gold pieces. Okay.
All right. So, anything else you guys are gonna do today?
Lionel will send a letter to his folks asking them general questions about their trade, cobbling, tailoring, putting shit together.
Okay. Rather simple. Sent to the post.
And with that, I want Lionel to find ways to make money off magic.
All right.
I'm tired of like walking around with $50 at a time. I want more, damn it.
You just need a
Give me money.
job like Aru.
Lionel, you could do something like a commission deal.
There's no patron in this world. We're fucked.
Well, Helena like kind of flips through the cards that Lionel gave him. I mean, if you put on a little bit of a show, maybe people will put in some orders for you. Maybe they can give you some ideas.
I'm not my brothers and sisters. I can't perform.
Well, maybe not necessarily like a show, but show them what you can do.
A showcase.
Yeah.
You have somebody that is already in the hand of business and magic.
I mean, yeah, I guess if he's willing to like sub me out for some jobs, then sure.
Yep. It's definitely a conversation with Dominic.
Yeah, sure. Then I'll have that conversation with him.
All right. River, what are you doing?
Well, since we have a week, River is going to, well, as soon as it's available, pick up her new shield.
All right, that
And with the adamantine.
that will be coming in the next couple of days. Oh, which, by the way,
I'm just listing the stuff.
by the way, Canis. As the week goes on, the same day that your armor and her shield comes, a small troop of Al-Anon guard do come, and they present with what looks like to be a sealed box.
In the name of God. In the name of God.
Amen.
Dorime.
Cancel, check that out.
As you open the box, it is a very pristine looking hammer. It's all one piece, and it almost has like these chevron twists as it reaches up towards the hammerhead. The hammerhead looks like a Damascus built piece of metal with several different arcane circles all along it. One of the troop looks over. This was recommended to be brought to your mother for further investigation with the plate post situation.
Platinum hammer, I take it.
Looks like a very nice piece of equipment. Leroy approaches the box.
Is he reaching for it?
He's looking at it.
Alright.
He's reaching up with his little gremlin hands.
Hell no, he isn't. Cancel, put it back in, close up the box, and
He puts his hand on the
see
box.
the Nope. Smacking that off.
Hey,
Leroy.
I need this. This is what I went for.
River will place her hand on Leroy's shoulder. I told you to trust me, right?
I do, but
Just wait a little longer. We are preparing ourselves to take down one of the strongest foes we have ever faced. And we are to do this, and we are going to do this. We can't slip up.
Can I roll an insight on Leroy?
go ahead.
Okay, with an insight of 18.
I'm gonna send you a message then.
Okay.
And if we are picking up our armor and shield and all this, River will show her shield towards Leroy and show him and say, "Trust me, okay?" And she's going to show the crest on the front. It was a custom made of a Red Cardinal.
He's writing the book.
He's writing.
Clackety
Man, that was
clack.
I can
was
see
quite
a
an insight
folder that
check.
says "poop."
God's giving a message.
I
to
can
Lionel.
see everything.
I can read your mind.
Look, the notes are right there.
All right.
Okay. I will. If everyone is going to, if they're gonna like leave Leroy alone, I'm going to want to have a one-on-one convo with him.
All right.
You,
All right.
you okay with that?
Yeah.
Candace is gonna be bringing the hammer up to his mother.
He almost his head is drawn to it, but he sits still.
Just a little bit, okay?
All right. So we'll just wait out until everyone else is gone before I have a convo with him.
All right. A few minutes passes and everyone begins to leave him alone.
Oh, yeah, no. If Lionel was requesting a talk, I would just walk away.
Right.
Yeah. For what purpose? I say to Leroy. I'm waiting for him to answer me.
He almost silent. His eye begins to kind of follow and trail up to you. This is for my revenge. This is my last act. And I need it to drive the snake from the nest.
I can't begin to say that I understand any sort of thing when it comes to revenge. Most of my hatred has been squandered away with one simple letter from my family. But I will say this. As much as I understand you don't wish to hear any platitudes from what they've said before, but actions have consequences. And I think at this point it would be far better to justify your actions if you explain it to them and then also state that you understand the consequences with it. You just up and using it and then, for all we know, just disappearing forever because the Raven Queen figured that your job was done, that would leave your cousin with an empty hole in their heart, wouldn't it? I guess in some stupid way, that's kind of how I felt when it came to my brothers just up and leaving me. And I've been holding that grudge for almost 7 years. It took a long time for that to go away. I don't think that's something you should burden onto your cousin.
Oh, just quick thing. You're aware they're siblings.
Yeah, he,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
kind of
River noted.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Fuck me. Siblings.
It's
I
gone.
mean, sibling, it's still the same thing, really.
Just in case it's more punctual to your character because it's siblings.
Yeah, if it's more important to the character than just fucking retcon everything I said to the proper pronoun.
I meant to your character because it was.
Could have been consistent. All right. He doesn't seem violent towards you. He almost seems shaken. And then readjusted. I am committed to my mission.
I didn't say for you to leave your duty. I think it's just wise to give an explanation. I'm not going to stop you from taking that hammer, and I'm not going to stop you from completing what you're here for. I am not one of faith, but I know faith drives people and is a real force in some way, even though I don't wish to actually say that out loud in front of everyone, because it's illogical as hell. But the gods have their ways, and they have their faiths, and they have their missions, and you're currently on one. Who am I to pull that away from you?
The hammer is not normal in any way that I can possibly say. It's It was made with the intent of mortalizing the gods.
You're saying the only way for us to actually deal any damage is for you to have that?
You can only use it once. And when it's used, it takes the user with it.
Lionel just like blows out like a long drawn sigh and just like scratches the back of his head, looking left and right. Leroy, that is something you're going to have to tell everyone. That's not something you could just let happen. Let's say, for instance, River did that without any knowledge.
That's the reason why I am the only one that can use it. That's the reason why I'm supposed to have it. I already all told you, when I'm gone, that's it. If this works, if I drive the snake from the nest, I'm gone.
Lionel like puts his hand on his shoulder and looks him like dead in the eye. Leroy, you're a man of faith and I'm a man of logic. We have to explain it to the layman or they're never going to understand it. We have to explain to them as slow and drawn out as possible so they understand it. Just constantly saying it's faith or saying that it's logical doesn't help the layman. Just explain it to them. And I walk away.
Alright.
In the background, you see River smacking Canis with the hammer, and both of them disappear.
Oh, good.
Not how that works.
And Lionel just like points his fingers at it, just like, and that's why!
No. Oh,
All right.
boy.
So,
Okay. So we'll be picking up the hammer. No, I mean the shield.
Alright.
But we got
So,
the armor.
on the same day, there are two rather heavy boxes that do appear at the front of the gatehouse, with what seems to be the delivery of the Dwarven man, now turning over the equipment to you guys. Hi, it was me finest work. Did quite a number, and also sprinkle in a little bit of that there enchantment. It might suit you well.
Thank you for your efforts.
And as always, it is an honor to work with a Metilius. And
Your dad.
and he looks towards you, River, and he helps put on your brand new shield. It is, it's not a round shield. It is more like a crested shield. It has a sharpened base, and then it opens wide and it swoops in.
It's gonna take me a little bit to get used to that one.
It's perfect for your height. Be able to see right over it and be able to duck under it as quickly as you need it to. And also, if you need to place it into the ground, it'll stay right where it needs to.
It's going to be difficult to throw this, but that will do.
Alright.
Perfect for bashing stone in the face with, though.
That is true.
And he gets up and he takes his boxes with him, and he returns back to the main city. So you guys have your brand new equipment. Alright.
Yay, +1.
Garu, what are you doing today?
What was?
Garu wants to do two things throughout the week, actually.
Alright.
Alright, the first thing he wants to do is go to Lionel and ask for help for something. Lionel, do you have a minute?
Lionel just turns around with his mouth kinda agape. Wide-eyed, little black sullen eyes.
Just static comes out.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I do have a favor to ask of you. You're familiar with the tongue of Yinmen, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like your help in running a letter back to my monastery. There's quite a lot that's happened, and I want to let them know I'm alright.
Oh, very well.
Alright. And, and this is what he's...
Alright.
Like, I'm just gonna put it in chat, but do we have to make any rolls to see, like, what the letter actually, like, how well the letter actually turns
Oh no,
out?
it's just a simple letter.
I mean, if I'm writing it, it's just an intelligence check at that point.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna post that in chat.
Alright.
Just go over it later. It doesn't matter.
I'll consider this one of the couple of letters that get sent out by Lionel.
Yeah.
I'm the postman.
Your postmate.
And for the second thing, he's gonna go to Helena.
Huh?
Well, I figured you would be the best one to do this, but... And he pulls out the gun. Can you teach me how to use this? At least properly? You seem to have a good idea
Stick 'em
how
up.
to hit things.
And then I started blasting.
And
Helena's,
then
Helena's eyes are like has that 1,000-yard stare, and her mouth is like, oh no.
I mean, especially since we got a second one, I might as well figure out how to use it.
Well, Helena just kind of gingerly takes the gun and just kind of goes over it.
It is, considering it's a budding piece of technology, it's not like a bow and arrow. This thing uses multiple different chemical reactions in order to ignite a propelled piece of metal through the air. Given that, there is, in some way and in some form, something that's representative of a bow and arrow. It's just that getting a handle of how to use a shot or how to use a gun, it takes a particular skill of the fighting variety that only one person would be accustomed to. That you guys know well.
I know it's not completely the same, but maybe if you can, teach me some tricks to aim and hold steady better? I have a feeling that we're going to be using it a lot. As much...
Well, you're right, it's not quite the same thing. I don't quite know how to use it. But, if you'd like, I suppose I could take some time and see if we can maybe set up a little bit of target practice.
Yeah.
Alright.
Shoot at that.
Garu.
What? Where?
Garu, can you
Yeah.
can you roll a d20 for me? Yeah,
A
using the
D20?
gun, roll a d20.
Okie dokie.
Because you're doing targeting practice.
Okay. Okie dokie. Using a new dice. That is a fucking 2.
So, without fucking fail,
Thanks, new dice.
without
And then Helena died. That was how
so
Helena
without
died.
fucking fail, Garu,
Bullet
as you hold this gun and you point it towards the first target that Helena is teaching you to fire at, you hear click, boom, and it fires, but as you try to pull the trigger again, it doesn't click back as it misfired and broke.
Oh, wait, the gun
It's a
broke?
misfire.
Ah.
You have to fix it now.
Maybe we should...
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the rule set for firearms.
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm a little sad that that's the first thing your dice do is break your gun.
Great.
Helena will go over to him after she, comes out of hiding.
This
Alright.
And this is why I'm electively choosing to multi-class into Artificer.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're holding on to that, are you?
Well, that and also being able to go, hey, let's put Firebolt in this fucking toy.
Yeah. Helena
After
will
getting
kind of-
shot 5 times, you got a revelation.
So,
Bullets hurt.
so as quickly as you start, you're out of a gun.
Helena will help him try to put it back together.
You guys...
We should go back to the cowman. He knows how to take care of this.
Probably.
Like,
You know, honestly, you know what? Helena will loop her elbow around Garu's elbow. You know what? Let's go to the cowman. I'll tell you what. I'll watch along. Well, I'll watch. And we'll see if we can both figure it out together.
From behind full cover.
that would be great.
All right.
Lionel, would you like to come too?
Catatonic face.
That means yes.
No, it doesn't!
All right. So, with that being said, Franz, what are you doing? We'll deal with Cowman in a second.
Well, Franz was wondering if he could get some armor, specifically leather.
Not a hard thing.
Yay! Where is the nearest area?
You
to
are
shop for that.
your dwarven friend has various armor that would suit you well.
Ah, my dwarven bestie. Wonderful.
Almost as if you just saw him today.
All right, well I'll go there.
Let's see. What is it? Cost of armor. It's about 10 gold pieces. 11 plus dex mod.
Okay. Let's see here. Where gotta go to equipment, money. All right, you said 11.
Yeah, it's 11 plus dex modifier for the armor class, but it's 10 gold pieces for the armor itself.
Okay,
The reason
I
why
will
DM screens is so important.
definitely pay that.
All right. So you now have a fresh new set of leather armor on you.
I would like to ask one thing of him, if he's able
Sure.
to do it. I'd like to put some leaves on it,
Aye, that can be done. And
specifically these leaves.
he
It's just literally takes off his poncho and it's just his poncho of leaves.
he does assist you throughout the day in order to particularly put on each individual leaf as a way to make you leafy leather armor.
Awesome.
All right. So,
It's really all Franz wanted to do. He just wanted some new
All right.
armor.
so
Would I be able to continue the
River.
Yeah, I was. So basically, getting the shield. I want to send a message using the Hermit
Alright.
scroll, which I don't think. There we go. To the leader of the Emerald Enclave.
all right.
Hopefully, she's not in a place where I cannot send this. But basically, it came in contact with the people who wronged the low vandal halflings, and are now target to their evil god. We are preparing. Call me soon.
All right.
It's 25 words exactly.
Send a letter to Alana.
And there goes another Hermit scroll, and I'm just left with the one. The recipient of the message identify me if they know, so they know
Alright.
they know it's me.
So, everyone, you've collectively done. The gun.
No, we still gotta go to the cowman. Yeah, we gotta take care of the fucking gun.
I was going to say the most passive thing would be River tripling her training
Okay.
routine every day.
So, at this point, Helena and Garu, you both go see the owner of the gun shop where you initially got this pistol, and he's like, "Oh, hello. It's been a while."
Everything went wrong.
Eyes.
It broke.
I shot the gun. I was trying to use it for realsies, and it just broke, and I don't know what to do. Do I have to buy a new one?
I am more than happy to help you with the repairs. And you hand over.
Arigato.
You hand over the gun.
Helena's gonna watch him closely.
What, who? Garu or the guy?
No, the guy, while he's fixing it, she's just gonna study how he fixes it.
Garu's gonna pretend to study.
As he takes apart the gun piece by piece to figure out what happened. Oh, that's what happened. The recoil busted the spring.
Fucking
And he takes a bit of time in order to do it. Fortunately, it's even though he's a very burly individual, given his race, he seems to be very delicate with every piece that he's handling. And after about what is 10 minutes replacing a part, costing about a gold piece towards you, Garu, as soon as he begins to start piecing everything together, it becomes far too complicated for somebody to just fix. And the reason why there's a class that has this is a subclass thing. Yeah.
Oh. So, did it work? Is it going to live?
Well, let's see. And he puts a bullet in. He spins spins the chamber and slaps it back in. And he looks at the target from across the room, covers one of his ears. All right. And fires. And he looks at it. He clicks it around.
Holy drift.
Good as new. And he hands it back to you.
That's wonderful. You're a lifesaver.
Absolutely. I am very good at what I do.
Very so. Now let's try this again.
Yeah.
Right, Helena?
Drifts the shot at Helena.
Gar,
Yes,
roll another d20 since you're practicing again this week.
You can try again.
Okie dokie. That is... Oh, that's 8 better this time.
18?
It's 18.
It fires off well. It takes you a couple of days, but like, yeah, it's a good gun. Functions relatively well.
Wait. There's someone saying the audio is off again.
We might have to just.
It's like
Wonder.
a second.
Okay.
It's fine.
I'll
Okay.
fix it. Fix it in post.
Like... That was much better this time. Did I hit it though, Helena? Did he hit it?
Yeah, he hit it.
Did he hit it?
Hit the target.
Indeed you did. Very well done.
I want to
I
be an
thought-
asshole and say with disadvantage because he's blind.
I mean, if you really want to, can we do it again?
No, it's not.
You guys got shit to do this week. Alright.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
you guys managed to pretty much cover everything you can possibly to your mind this week.
Wait, did she not reply to me?
As far as everyone that has replied, nobody has gotten back to you just yet.
Oh my. Okay, that's concerning.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
Bracky, he's been, DMing. It takes a little bit of time to write messages.
I knew. I'm
Calm
sorry.
yourself.
He's gotta do the
Your
clack
bitches.
kitty clack.
Alright.
I mean, have you seen letters? You gotta write them, you gotta send them, you gotta deliver them, you gotta open them, you gotta read them, you gotta
Okay.
write a new one, you gotta
Canis
send
didn't send
them.
letters. He just sent mind beams to a bunch of
Alright.
people.
Me too.
Imagine reading.
Mind-
Actually, Canis.
My dad has me on his fucking cell phone plan.
Canis.
Yes.
So the first one that responds back is Acilius. Her response is, as it comes to your mind, For you, Canis, almost anything. But we need to meet first if I'm going to be throwing any of my men towards you. There's that one. Madame Elise responds, I am indebted to you. I do not know who you intend to fight, but if you wish to see me, I will come to you. Lastly, okay. On that last message that you sent towards Oberon, under the circumstances of it going to a different plane of existence, a man you have never met. You hear an unfamiliar voice. It's sullen. It's almost monotone. You can hear the slight points where it shifts, but it's very subtle. I want to see my spy.
That's all there was to the message?
Didn't like that.
What an asshole.
Ominous.
Very ominous.
I'm pretty sure he's just a concerned boss.
We can just throw Helene under the bus by this point.
What's the worst that could happen?
Alright. So he's gonna tell everyone that the dragon's in. The Queen of Vale will most likely be in, but we need to meet her first. And to Helena, your boss wants to see you.
Helena blinks. Gosh. Helena kicks the leg of a table.
I'm sure they're just very concerned for your safety, that's all.
No. It's going to be hard. There's complications that goes through with traveling through planes.
Maybe it's an employee evaluation. Oh, you're screwed.
What do you mean?
Considering-
I've been doing my job. I've been doing it very well, thank you.
What
You've
was
been
your
putzing
job?
around with us for months.
I've not been putzing. I've found my leader. I've found the men in red. I'm still working on the
But you catch
portals, but still.
The two things you completed happened within a week of each other.
And it's still complete. Ish.
Working on it.
I mean, if he's so damn agitated about it, he can do it himself.
No.
That's not... no. Helena just kind of slowly steps away.
Lionel just looks at everyone left and right. What? It's true. Anyone's capable of doing their own grunt work.
You're not wrong, but
That's
it's
what I
not
intend to do.
I'm sorry, River. Do you know who I am? Do you remember me stealing a fucking book from someone who deserved it?
Yeah, you're kind of...
Yes.
Wait a minute. Helena?
What?
You okay?
Fine.
I'm a blunt force of nature. Holds his little crankly little paws up in a fist.
As for me, I'm communicated with the leader of the Emerald Enclave. I haven't gotten a response yet, but we need to think as to when to meet these people and where.
Well, by the sounds of it, we need to go visit Canis's friend.
You mean
All
his
the way
girlfriend?
there? It's going to be a month.
Well, that's the other thing. We did briefly touch on this. We need to find a way to freaking move faster.
Move faster than a month at a time.
Yes.
What about those trains?
Oh, actually, Canis, make a
Yes.
see, make an investigation check.
Oh, please God, have the trains fucking working.
What the hell is a train?
I don't know, but it sounds very
You heard
scary and convenient.
It's very loud.
Good roll, but I don't really have a
17?
mod. 17.
You heard about a few weeks ago that the trains in Wallenstein are up and running. The Oberon Express, in specific, started running. Ever since the matter with the situation in Krog, you have heard recently that the trains are now beginning to find their way back to Orario and across Alanon. So it may be a couple of days before the first train makes its way back, but it will be functionally returned to the general public.
Is it possible to get a map of the lines?
All the lines are completely based off of just one giant circle. So basically, as of right now, the main stops, if you look on the Alanon map, let's see, pull this up for myself as well.
Send the pin messages. Yeah, well, I was looking at it and I realized low bundle is in south. I thought it was.
So pretty much it works kind of in like a circle. It starts in Orario, goes all the way to Orakani, Sholtar Port, and then it used to run through Lycia Bay, but during the time that it's been about several months, they have basically built over a line that would go between Lycia Bay, Emerald Enclave, all the way to Vale, which then it would cross between the Cayenne border, which that is the border that goes between Wallistan and Alanon. And then basically the giant circle from Vale goes right back all the way over to Orario. Oh no, wait, no, it does stop in Stoth. Stops in Stoth, and then it goes back to Orario.
I was about to say, the entire fucking northern hemisphere of the map is fucked on transit then at that point.
It's a relatively new technology, but also here's the thing. Krog, Dracovania, and Baccarat are all separate kingdoms within the same kingdom. They're pretty much under the cover of Alanon, but they run themselves. Yeah.
So they're city-states.
But with the lines that you basically told us, we could basically make a stop over at the Emerald Enclave to the trains, right?
Technically, there is a stop in the about a couple miles over from the encampment near Lycia Bay, so technically, yes.
It's much faster.
Than taking a wagon, yes.
It would take you guys about 2 days, basically because you're going from Orario to Otakani to Sholtar Port. That'd be day one, and then from Sholtar Port back to Lycia Bay.
That's better than 30.
Yeah, it's better than the month of
And then it's a day and a half to get to Vale.
That is better than 30 days.
That is so much better.
I think what we can do is if we go to, we can go from the Orario to Emerald Enclave, make the visit there, depending on what they tell me on the replying message. Go to Vale, and if we start to get all the people we need, meet up back in the Emerald Enclave, which is the central area between Orario and Vale, and from there go to Low Vandal once we are ready. The meetup point would be the Emerald Enclave.
That sounds like a fair idea.
So should I contact our dragon friend and tell her to meet us at the Emerald Enclave?
If it's possible, but we still don't know how long it's going to take us to get.
It definitely would be faster.
Just let her know that we are starting to get the people in to meet us at the Emerald Enclave when it's possible for her. It's going to take us a couple of days.
Yes, a few days to gather everybody.
By the way, are there any news about the people you sent to Lycia Bay?
It's only been about a week.
I mean, didn't they just send them yesterday?
They still haven't made it there.
Oh, it's been a week? Okay.
Yeah, remember,
yeah,
it's 30 days by foot, remember?
They're
Oh, yeah.
walking.
Yeah, never mind then.
Oh, walking like the peasants they are.
Shut up.
Man, is that gonna pop up in the one shot? Alright.
Fuck. We didn't float him enough to get a fucking train. That was for us.
Oh no.
That reminds me.
A train ride is about 10 gold pieces
Yeah.
per passenger.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah!
Yeah, we're taking the train. Fuck
Yeah,
a
we're
horse
doing
and a
the
cart.
train.
I get to go on the metal caterpillar! Yay!
Fuck walking. We're taking this. Let's use the money from the shared account.
I've
No,
read
we can
about
use my
trains,
money.
I've never been on them.
I still have $300. We
Garo-
can use that.
What's $1? Garu, the whole point of the shared account is to use that money for the group, so it's okay.
But
We're
it's
rich.
still-
We're not fun. We're not traveling coach. We're using
Oh,
first
that's gonna
class.
cost extra.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, you son of a bitch. Never mind.
No, he's looking right at River. We're not.
Which
traveling
one's a-
coach?
Which ones have extra leg room?
It's
First
the most
class.
economic part. What do you mean first class? It's not necessary.
It's not
Then I will
necessary, but
pay
it's
for
fun.
first class. My leggies are too long.
How much is the
First class is about 30 gold pieces a person.
Ah,
Oh, boo, boo.
What? Live a little bit, darling. It'll be fun. Oh, stop. Live a little.
Alright. It will...
Anyway,
We spent 1,500 gold getting her a pair of gloves.
indeed, really. She
Yeah,
was
but
fine with spending the money on that.
that is necessary. Not if it, come on.
When it was just on you, it's necessary.
No, it was you don't do this to me. It's not just
Oh,
to sit
I
there
mean,
butts in a
you did
comfy
pay
chair.
40. You did pay 40 gold for a bunch of meat, so
Yes, I did.
I did not ask you to do that with the 40 gold. You
Well, we had to.
We had to, considering that was the only way that you were going to fight your enemies.
That we're off to go deal with.
Here's it's not necessary to get the comfy chairs. Just 180 gold.
Tough
pieces.
cookies, we're getting comfy chairs. Anyway.
I want a high seat.
Thank you, brother!
can I have the window seat?
Shut up! I'm not in this adventure.
Ah, a fly!
Damn it, no.
Christ. Anyway,
Anyway.
Hey.
berating River for not spending our money.
And I've been holding on to these maps
Ah, well.
God, in normal
Oh, boy,
circumstances. What do
Oh,
you
we're
mean a
gonna do
map for the
choo-choo.
train?
We're gonna
No.
do the choo-choo.
Also, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen, Bracken? We're gonna have a fucking who killed who scenario on the train?
Yeah!
Yeah.
Murder on the Mystery Express.
We're gonna have train bandits, and then Gara's just gonna shoot one in the face.
Hey, what the fuck?
Yes, the small fucking child-looking rat shot the man.
If we don't have a shootout on the top of the train, I'll be very disappointed.
In normal
This
circumstances,
is what I was training
Without
for.
being shot by lightning for once.
I would get just one ticket for myself in the class, but because we need to stick together, so I need to spend.
It's
Oh,
okay.
because
I'll
it's
help
for
you pay for it.
everyone with coach. I see.
I
Y'all,
could just do coaching. Oops, there was a problem. Ticket.
How about I just hang off of Helena's shoulder like a dead sash, so you don't have to pay extra for me?
No, if River does that, Canis is upgrading everyone else to first class.
And we spend the 180 plus the 60.
Glad to know that I still have those. Alright.
That's
I'm
not
gonna order
good.
all the grapes.
Y'all gonna have some problems getting
The
France on that
complimentary first
train.
class.
Before we leave this place, anything we need to discuss with your mother? Are we taking
Well,
the
she'll
news
probably-
with us? Wait, I forgot.
Remember-
30 for fucking Leroy. Yes, true. Or is he staying here? I don't know.
Yeah, what is Leroy doing?
We could always throw him in the chest.
But isn't that where the gun is?
That sounds maddening, though.
You know, that reminds me, did we ever split that and decide who's getting what on that?
Yeah, what did you get anyway?
What
We
did
got
we
a-
get?
We got a gun, a cloak of invisibility, and a periapt of health.
Were we
You-
told
you-
this?
You
we
were
told last week.
aware as far as identify goes. You haven't identified the gun yet.
Okay.
I mean, I could just fucking ritual
Yeah.
cast everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would assume during the week he would have known.
The pretty much all the items are in your equipment bag right now. For or technically your box. So you
Yeah, they're in the
identify all
box.
3 items. It is a cloak of invisibility, a parapet of health, and as well as what looks like to be a magical gun.
Just
And
Imagine how intimidating
And
that would be
also-
with 2 guns.
also,
No one would hurt us.
Zito, there is all the details of the gun are in your equipment list.
Ah, good. Because, sorry, Garu, I was thinking about having it.
We can be gun buddies.
With how many times yours breaks, I think it would be best if I had one to see how to reverse engineer and build it back from the ground up.
But you can also use it too.
Lionel holds it up, it's bigger, it's about the same as his
Yeah,
fucking, like, upper
it's pretty long.
torso.
what the hell?
Helena just leans over to Canis. Why do these 2 get the guns?
Oddly enough, I think Lionel is the most responsible.
You're right, but it's still strange.
Can I at least hold it? I
No.
want to feel it.
I like how you had to answer for me!
But so are we going to take the mace with us? What's the
Let me
deal?
go ahead and just read off what we have here real quick. So the parapath of health is you are immune to contracting any disease while wearing this pendant. If you are already infected with a disease, the effects of the disease are suppressed while you wear it. I do not require this. I have a advantage against poison and disease. Just naturally.
Okay.
Does that take attunement?
Wondrous item uncommon. It
So it
does
doesn't
not
need
say.
attunement.
Alright,
So
so...
that'd be
So that would actually probably be very excellent if we ever come across more sick areas.
Yeah, but who's keeping it for now?
Well, you guys fight over it. I don't need it.
I think for now we could just keep it in the chest since none of us
Cloak
really
of
need it.
invisibility.
No. Yeah, what happened to you last time, Helena? Was that an illness?
It was
sickness or
considered
something?
a poison effect.
Was it?
Give it to her.
So not disease?
It's technically
Wait,
a
poison or
disease.
disease?
It's
Is that different?
it's still poison. As a status
yes.
effect, it's poisoned.
So would the periapt help?
But disease is kind of the D&D term of like it affects your character this way.
Okay.
So she will be immune to getting
Technically.
blinded, or well, to that.
No, she would get immune to like if so basically how this works, disease procs it off first. If it fails, then you get poisoned.
Hmm.
And you also get the effects of the disease, so it's a double whammy.
So the
Yes.
periapt does help prevent that, though?
Yes.
Yeah,
and
I
if
give
you
that to
do,
Helena.
and if you are sick already and wearing it, it suppresses it. So that would mean that your poison effect would be suppressed.
We can't have another blind sniper, so
Alright.
All right. As you put it on, you feel good, almost at more than maximum health.
That tickle in the back of your throat is now gone.
hemorrhoids gone.
The anti-coronavirus.
Sensitive.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say cloak of invisibility. While wearing this cloak, you can pull the hood over your head and cause yourself to become invisible. While you are invisible, anything you carry or wear is invisible with you. You become invisible when you cease wearing the hood. Pulling the hood up or down requires an action. Deduct the time you are invisible with an increment of 1 minute from the cloak's maximum duration of 2 hours. After 2 hours of use, the cloak ceases to function. For every uninterrupted period of 12 hours, the cloak goes unused. It regains 1 hour of duration.
You should probably give that to the person with sneak attack.
Probably, yes.
I feel bad for taking 2 things though.
Is that attunement?
This one I believe does need attunement.
It does. Yes, it does require attunement.
Just making sure.
Oh,
All right. Well, let's
go
put it
to
this
the
way.
man who needs help hiding.
Well, here's the thing: is that we can hide Canis, but he's still gonna sound like a tin can going down a fucking cobbled hallway.
No stopping that, I suppose.
Which, by the way, are you like using your new armor? By the way.
Yes.
Oh, he's fucking awesome though.
Yeah,
I do actually.
Give a description to people
Quite
what it
handsome.
looks like.
I wish I could see.
So we decided to, I think, give the cloak to Helena. She's the scouter. She can look up ahead, be invisible. It's plus extra to her stealth. And the other options are to Lionel and. No,
That-
Gary's
that
already
was-
wearing a cloak.
That was literally the only options: either give it to me or give it to Helena.
Mm-hmm. And Garo is already wearing a cloak, and you can
Yes,
make
yes,
yourself
that's
invisible.
cloak.
Yeah.
Keep it till later.
Are they able to hear us now?
I hope
Apparently,
so.
yeah.
Okay.
They are not saying otherwise. So,
Again.
Awesome.
All right.
again, can you hear us?
Chat.
Yeah, they can hear us.
Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yes. Fantastic.
So
All right.
so
I'll take the.
Okay, just like that. Okay, just out of character. Is it possible to at least swap guns with like, if he's gonna be holding on to one just in case, can we just swap the guns?
totally up to you.
Let
Totally
me
up
read off
to
what
you.
the gun does.
Please do.
Oh yeah, actually no. No one's touching this gun. It's
No.
a curse.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, you can keep that then.
Okay.
You.
Wow.
Wow.
Curse makes you blind. Wait a minute.
When you misfire, it deals 5d8 psychic damage to the wielder.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah,
It's a
you can definitely
DC
keep
Con
that.
saving throw. On success, nothing happens. On failure, the wielder is poisoned.
Oh.
Who made
Oh.
this?
That's a stupid weapon.
Whoomst.
Someone
That
immune
doesn't
to
sound
poison.
very useful at all.
In order to become unattuned, the player must make a 15 DC Wisdom check. On a success, they become unattuned. On fail, they take 5d8 psychic damage.
Fuck
Or
that
just
gun.
remove the curse. Fuck this thing. It's going back in the box.
No, I think we're
Better
going to
off
destroy
selling
that.
it.
No, we're destroying that.
How do you destroy a curse weapon?
Could we not remove the curse from it with a remove curse
Yeah,
spell?
I mean, we know a bunch of churches, so.
There
Yeah.
there are ways to remove curses from an item. However, what it ends up doing is that it dramatically depowers it. But
That's fine. We're not going to use it otherwise.
yeah,
No one
I
uses guns
could.
in this party. No one gives a shit.
Yo,
there's a reason why he was wearing that parapet, just in case.
Oh.
His head still would explode.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a reason why he never misfired.
Good thing he probably had like a +10 to all of his hits, so getting a 4 was almost impossible.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's just a roll of the dice.
Oh no,
Even
I
if
I
he
get
even
that.
if he
I know
rolled
how-
a
I know how
4,
guns
that
work.
would still lead to a misfire.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
That
even
was
better,
stupid.
that also has explosive.
Yeah.
So
Very powerful weapon, but also yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm putting this thing back in the fucking box.
Yeet into the box.
We'll sort that out later.
regarding Leroy and the mace.
Oh,
Hammer.
you
Hammer.
guys have not seen Leroy all day.
Oh, I
Oh,
know.
no.
Fucking holds his face. Oh,
Canis is going to where he last put the hammer with his mother.
Your mother is dead.
No.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Alright. I guess he didn't fucking take my advice, and I'll explain it now. I explained to them what Leroy told me.
In our way towards back to the house or to Canis' mom. Damn it.
He's not going to kill her or harm her. He just wants the hammer so he can use it.
As you guys find yourselves back, at Canis' house, and you guys begin to try and inspect and go up to Canis' mother. She is currently frantic around her office.
God damn it.
And it's almost as if she's overturning everything. And she looks at all of you. It's gone.
Hammer's missing.
It's gone.
Yeah, Leroy took it.
Locate creature on Leroy.
I was just about to say.
He's not in Aurario.
Damn it.
How the fuck did he get out so fast?
He took it earlier today, and I guess he just ran.
You know what I'd be willing to bet? Probably
Ethan.
freaking killed. He probably offed himself and then just disappeared or reappeared back in that dumb well.
Or
How
maybe
would
he
we
has
take the hammer with him?
Actually, make an investigation check.
Who?
You.
Me? Okay.
Actually,
Meh.
what's your passive investigation?
What's my passive investigation?
14. You,
Passive.
as you begin to try and inspect around the house and trying to find Leroy, you do find a, what looks like to be a small pile of feathers that is currently within River's room, which is where he would stay.
Yep. Helena comes back with the feathers. As I said.
So we have no idea where he is.
No, I have a good idea where he's heading,
Low Vandal.
but
Right to them.
we don't have
Your
time.
brother's a fucking moron.
He is no longer my brother.
We don't have
But-
time to worry about him right now. We have to gather.
I mean, Lobandle's on the way with the train, right? Maybe we can beat him there.
I don't want to go near Lobandle until we are ready. That'd be a bad idea.
I guess the only thing we can do is just focus on what's ahead.
We need to gather the army. We need to get.
We need to gather all the warriors.
I'll use my. I'll use another Hermes scroll.
All right.
He's not going to answer me. Well, let's go.
Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me put a PS down there. I fucking told you to explain it, you idiot! Absolute slack ass!
You emo bastard little turd, where the hell are you? I asked you for a little patience and this is how you do. Where are you? Don't go by yourself and I think that's all I can do.
If that hammer doesn't kill him, I will.
I'll help.
All right.
So then, well,
Shall
River,
we
that's
get
one
it?
less train ticket you need.
Yes.
I
Actually,
already bought them!
Great.
No
That just
refund.
means we can bring someone else.
What on earth would we bring?
No.
I wonder if there's a seventh person that we can bring with us.
Oh boy!
That's not how it works.
No!
So,
No response, I guess.
a very stressed out Eleanor, kind of staring you down, River, and the rest of you. What is going on?
Did you not tell her?
About the events from a few nights ago?
Yes. What the hell?
Well, some people involved in River's past have more or less declared war on all of us. And as far as we can tell, there's some sort of snake cult wanting to resurrect a dead god.
Did you at all think to bring this up to the sergeant?
I did.
And did you at all do it?
Not yet. I have other allies I've been gathering instead.
Maybe start with the ones here, like me. This is going to be a long explanation to the council.
Well, they believe us is the problem.
They believe me. Where do you intend to all go? What is your plan?
Take a train, gather allies, meet them over down near Low Bandle.
That's the short of it, anyway.
I am sorry, man. This is all my fault.
Lionel just like takes his jittery little hands and puts it over River's mouth. Shut up.
You... I understand. For the lot of you, I do. And saying this as somebody who was once much like any of you, but with hindsight and wisdom in mind, you are talking about fighting a cult. You are talking about going out there with barely anything in hand in order to fight back against what could be greater forces beyond our understanding. You need wisdom just as much as anyone here. I suggest finding out how to stop this and not just running to who can ever help you first. Get out of my office. I have paperwork to do. She slumps in her chair.
I'll walk out.
She merged all together. Just
Brian just already in the shape of a dog, just kind of waddling away.
Sorry about the crimes.
What the?
So.
Well, then at this point, I don't know what the fuck to do. Because literally, Big Mom just told us, don't fucking do anything stupid. And that's literally all we've been doing, because we don't know what the fuck to do. So, honestly, I'm sitting here going, alright, well, where the fuck does this take us?
I don't know. Dungeon Master, what's our plan? Because our plan was stupid.
Yeah, apparently our plan was stupid.
As far as you guys can tell from Eleanor, there's only one thing that's coming to mind, and that is to gain wisdom.
Okay, but what is wisdom?
Wow, that's vague.
As far as you can tell, it's better.
Alright.
It's better to, in the most slightest of ways, to gain more information.
I think you need to do research.
Alright, well, I guess fuck making money. I'm going back to the library, I guess.
We'll all do it.
Alright.
God damn it. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what to do. All we know is a snake cult, low
I mean, we do have a drag.
We're being spied on.
Oh, as for the dragon,
Ah, yes, the dragon.
Should we just fucking tell everyone to not worry about it yet?
you do get another message in your head, Canis.
Mm-hmm.
When do you wish to arrange a meeting? Sounds like Madame Elise.
Get back to you on that.
Old dragon.
maybe she has the wisdom.
Yeah, maybe she does.
She is old.
We can meet up the day after in Auraria.
All right. Day after?
Yep.
All right. So, as
Can I return the tickets?
it,
Can I get a refund?
you could get a ticket is good for as long as you have it.
Oh, sick. So
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
like,
Just hold on to it
You
then.
can still use it. Yeah. We'll hold
We
on.
have first class. We have a group of first class tickets. Hot damn.
in one coach.
Yep.
It's a busted transportation economy. Fuck.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Well, there's not many to go around.
That's fair.
Not ready to go
Still,
around, and we have 6 of them. Just gotta hold on.
No expiration date first class tickets. We
Boy,
live in a
howdy.
society.
Keep in
Fine.
mind,
You
this
gotta
is a
You gotta find
new
a ticket in a Willy Wonka chocolate bar.
this is a new and budding technology
Did they-
as well as a new and budding economy.
Head count for the train.
Yeah, they
Don't
did
worry.
realize.
Don't
they did
worry about it.
realize.
It's new.
Yeah.
Don't make him change his mind.
Listen, they have
They
the
only-
space.
They only have as much space as they can put in. As many
Tickets
people
are
can
only
be put in.
$30. It's too expensive.
All right. So,
Anyway.
It's gold, not dollars.
That's 2 Big Macs that you could never buy.
Let's go back. Go back.
Anyway, back onto it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm eating a chicken waiting for the dragon to show up.
In the meantime, let's go over to the library and see if we can find frickin' anything.
Yeah, pretty.
Because apparently that hammer's our best bet, and that little bastard ran off with it.
Well, if he
Yep.
gets himself killed and we're able to actually make the fucking the snake god bleed, then we'll know why.
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Problem is, if that hammer's the only way to kill it, and Leroy dies, they get the hammer.
Lionel, you mind if I stay next to you?
Doing what?
You mind if I stay with you this time?
What, going to the library? Like, I mean, if you want to read over my shoulder, sure, but...
Yeah, I don't want to, people be by themselves.
I think we're all heading over,
All right.
so it'll be fine.
So, Helena, Lionel,
Hi.
River, you all find yourselves within the library of Ayun.
Alright, let's start looking for ancient gods that never were.
Make a investigation check.
I have a passive int of 17.
Okay.
And I'll keep guard.
All right. Helena, you as well?
My passive investigation is also 17, so yeah.
Okay. In trying to find the very particular subject of gods, there is various documentation of moments of miracles, recorded blessings, the certain belief systems. While it is not like their Bible, it's a detailed report of each god and the way that their belief system, their cults, their religion is based off of. In specific to the snake god, there is one that pops up known as Zahir. He is one of the many war and betrayer gods during the time of the Feyvelmach, and he rose to power shortly after the goddess of magic had disappeared from the general plane of existence. In doing so, he was always striving for more power, to which a certain recorded event that does seem to end with the House of Hope, but that's pretty much it. You're not exactly sure where it goes beyond that because they're the only ones that have that documentation.
Okay, well, let's cross-reference this then. Instead of looking into that, apparently since this other magic god was attached to it and is dead, the magic god is dead, correct?
As far as you know, Mistra is not in existence on this plane of existence, or a god that exists currently.
Okay, so now riddle me this. The moment that this douchebag comes back, she would somehow be coming back in relevancy as well because she was tied to him based on that information we got of the cult.
As far as you know.
So wouldn't this, in retrospect, honor the coming of him, but also the coming of her back into existence?
As far as you can tell from the information that you got from the people that follow this creature, sounds like he's dying more than he is existing.
Is there any information on how or why he is dying?
Right back to the cross-reference of the only people that have that documentation is the House of Hope.
Where do we find the House of Hope?
There are two houses. There's one in Vale, which is the one that is the current ruling family, and then there's one across the street from the House of Metilius.
Ah! How handy.
Alright, Canis, get your big boy pants on. We're gonna need you to be our front man.
Before we leave, though, is my master in the library at all?
He is. However, in your investigation, in trying to cross-check in some of the gods, there is some recorded pieces of ancient weaponry and technology that was made by and blessed by the gods. And in trying to figure out more about the hammer, you come to find that it is a piece known as a fragment of primeval. The hammer itself, as far as any description was given to you and being able to see it, it was known as Judgment's Martyr. It was a hammer that was basically the final call on the gods saying that something needs to stop. This was kind of the first step as per Morden, the all-hammer god, the Morden's prototype for Tiamat during the time of the Fey'Velmach. In making this, he made several other pieces as well. And if there's any particular interest in writing down any of those names.
Yes.
Alright. So...
Those will be notes.
Yep. So, from things that pique your interest in this documentation of the fragments of Primeval, you know of several pieces that come to your eye. A warhammer known as the Wild Flame, a longbow known as New Moon, a circlet known as Bullia's Averted Eyes, a spell book known as Starbound Tome, some bracers that were once owned by a monk named Orundus, a staff known as Everlight, a cloak called Shade, a plate mail set of armor known as the Throne, another set of armor known as Umbris Regalia, a shield known as Bravery Song, an amulet called Mensine's Will, and finally Azaoth's Hunt, which is a pistol, which oddly is one of the more newer pieces that have been recorded.
I really hope you can copy and paste that whole list and give it to us.
There's quite a
please
few
do.
in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I was just going to write those down later and copy and paste it here.
Gun, shield.
Gun,
A tome, a staff,
a bow, some bracers, a suit of armor, a shield,
A
That's
cloak.
2 suits of armor.
Yeah. Yeah. All.
Helena will hold on to that book.
Yeah. Ancient pieces of technology, long before our time.
Technology.
Ah, yes, ye old railgun.
Ye olde Gauss cannon.
She'll go search for her master real quick.
All right.
Siren.
Oh, yes. So sorry. I've been busy. It's been a while. What are you doing here, Helena?
Helena nudges him. Have you rested at all?
He definitely has gotten some sleep. The books that were once here are no longer here. They're replaced by a smaller stack.
Alright. Arcane has helped me get in contact with King Oberyn. He said he wanted to see me. There's a problem with that, though. Do you know how we would be able to get back without any of the usual complications?
As far as I would have been able to, I would have hoped that I would have been able to find you and everyone else that was sent out first, but if it's an emergency, and he reaches into his bag and he pulls out with what looks like to be a greenish, jade green scroll. This could get us back home. But it's a one-way ticket. And like I said, I would have preferred to reconvene with everyone first.
What?
If it's by order of the king. And he hands it to you.
It was. I'm sorry. But order is orders, I suppose.
Be careful. You know how he is.
Oh, trust me, the message, as far as Canis told me, was plenty ominous. I'm sure I'll hear it.
Very well. And he returns back probably a lot more solemn than he was a moment ago.
She'll squeeze his shoulder. I'll come back for you.
Thank
Get
you.
another squeeze and she'll let go.
And he watches you as you leave. And he returns back to his book.
I will reconvene with the others.
All right.
Well, we got what we came here for.
Helena nudges the book towards Lionel. I also found this.
You just see Lionel reading and River next to him.
Helena just slowly, like, she takes the feather earring off of her ear, and then she just hovers it over River's nose, and she just slowly tickles her nose.
All right.
So I look over I look over all of these, like, little bits of equipment and shit. Have I, in any of my studies, ever heard of any of these things?
Make a history check.
Ooh. Okay, with a +7, yeah, okay. 25.
25. It comes to memory, specifically stories of the Crow Father, as he spoke of the first 6. They had to seek these pieces out before they fought the dragon that stayed in Vale, and they collected them all before facing off against Tiamat. This was where it began the recorded records of the fragments of Primeval.
Alright, did the Crow Father ever... Oh, I'm sorry.
There is one piece where he spoke very highly of, known as the Throne. The Throne, this ancient plate mail, is currently worn only in times of war that the King of Alanon has.
Well, considering we just been declared war by a literal fucking snake god, I'd say now is the time to figure out if he's wearing it, or if we're gonna need someone else to don it.
I doubt he'd be so willing to give it up.
Of course he would. Trying to think of... Oh, I really don't want to. Lionel just, like, holds his face, just, like, thinking out loud. He looks very distraught. If I could start sending out letters... If my letters get out to my parents... I can seek wisdom from the Crow Father. Oh.
You mean Inman?
Yeah, I mean... He's the one who told me about... He's the one who spoke about the armor in passing. Maybe he has a little bit more. I don't know anything about these Heroes of Six, and I seldom remember most of what he talked about because I wasn't really invested in anything he had to say. It looks like that just came back to bite me in the ass now, didn't it?
That means we'll have to... Borgar's gonna bite his lip and stay quiet.
So are we heading to Yemen?
Oh, I don't believe we'll be able to do that. That's across the entire continent. I don't believe we'll be able to make that trek with any sort of haste.
Unless we can find a way to teleport, but...
Would Garu know about anything the monastery could do?
As far as the monastery is concerned, they're, to your memory, very isolationist. They keep to themselves and they only deal in the kingdom when there is a matter of diplomacy at hand. They've been considered the most easiest to deal with when it comes to going around to different kingdoms and preaching peace at any cost.
Well, if we're not taking this trip, and we're trying to seek wisdom, the only other person who I believe might have a better course of this is the Crow Father, and I'll have to send a message to him. Though that will be awkward.
Alright.
There's one more slight hitch. The king ordered me to go home. He wanted to see me. I do have the means of doing that now.
Can you not just go and come back?
I don't know. Actually, I do. No, well, it could be for a group, but it is a one-way. Granted, I could probably come back, but it's risky. Multiple ways.
Well, sending a letter to someone in the current existing plane we are sounds a lot more easier to get done right this moment.
I
It
agree.
does. We
Just
can also
as, sorry, go ahead.
we can also find more about this Zahir from the House of Hope.
Let's go ahead and do that first.
All right. You send a message to Asilia, as she is the head of the house. You get one back about an hour later. You may enter my home. Only you. And I also assume that you'll be coming with a gift when I see you next. And then nothing else.
Boy, you bring me flowers and chocolate.
Just put a ribbon on top of you.
Give her the
Got a
gun.
bucket of chicken.
Give her
Okay, you get a,
Give her the
okay.
gun.
load. Perfect.
Wait, which one?
I got
though?
this bucket of chicken.
Let me
The
teach.
fuck does she want?
A fucking
She wants a gift?
Give her a
Alright.
bucket of chicken.
Have
Wait, no,
It's
Lionel
too-
holds his hands up. Wait. Lionel pulls out one of his gemstones. Canis, can you recall anything she finds whimsical or what she fancies?
I don't know, God, do I?
Chicken.
She fancies your company to mess with you.
So Kano's in a onesie.
woman of fine taste, I see.
Besides making fun of me, I have no idea.
Ah, okay, one moment. I'm going to apply a prestidigitation, a minor illusion spell onto the crystal to make an embarrassed Canis in his underwear.
I hate this.
Helena does a little wolf whistle.
Okay.
So Canis is leaving.
Oh, there he is.
All right. So, with your-
Basically, she has to. What I want this thing to do, I'm sorry. What I want this thing to do is, I want her to have it. She has to give a magic word to it. When it does so, it creates a small illusion of Canis being very embarrassed in his underwear.
all right. That will take you're making this, correct?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so this will take a couple of days.
Don't even.
Holy music stops.
Yes or no? It's just he's doing it.
I mean,
So it'll take a couple of days to make this. It's a cantrip, right?
Yes. it's
Okay,
cantrip.
so it will take a couple of days to make this. It's possible.
Helena just drapes her hand over his shoulders. I mean, honestly, Canis, it's a perfect gift. Not only is it a very pretty jewel, she gets a nice eyeful. I must say, you're very handsome, and she gets to see you embarrassed. It's
I
like
gave him 18
three-
pack ribs in it.
This man is ripped.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
made
fucking-
Canis basically the fucking Doom Marine when he gets out of the pod.
No, it's Buff Canis.
Oh
Buff Riku.
God.
Freaking Canis!
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Jesus.
It reminds me of that character from that workout show. All right.
Okay, so what's our plan then? Are we just gonna go meet her and?
Well, we will eventually meet her, but I am given permission to enter her home, just me, to find information on this.
Well, that's concerning. Wait a minute. What?
That is a little concerning. Why?
She only trusts me with it, I guess.
Well, I feel like insulted.
Do you really want to be in her good graces?
Considering we need her help to take down the people that took down my family. Yes.
Look, we're stretched so very thin as it is. I think we need to take what we can get.
All right.
That
That's what
said,
we need.
I have a new toy. Would you like me to follow you?
No, best not to test their trust.
All right.
All right. Canis,
So
you walk across the street. Literally across
So is
the
Helena
street.
following him anyway?
Hold on.
Helena?
She's
Nope.
rolling for it.
Nope, she's not following.
Alright.
Canis, dexterity save. You get run over by a coach.
does he have gem with him?
The gem is on him, but she's not there. She's
She's
not.
back in Vale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna take us a trip.
As you walk
So-
across and you see basically almost a mirrored version of your house, only in black and blue.
What?
As you stand in front, you see a small tiefling girl, much like Isilia, only maybe 5-6 years younger. And she walks up. So, Sis told me that you're coming. And you wanted to go in, why? You know this little
I
girl
need to
as
borrow
Tiffany Hope.
Christ. I needed to borrow some information out of your library. The only place I could find it.
Okay. And she opens the gate slightly, and as you reach to push it open, she slams it back shut. I'm kidding. And she opens the gate again.
Stone-faced at the little child.
Little
Are,
fucking turd.
are we standing outside the gate just watching,
You can try and watch.
just laughing in the background?
Canis,
Urge to kill rising.
Canis, as you enter the house, it is full of instruments and a grand piano that sits off to the wayside, across from the main kitchen area. It's the first room at the top of the stairs.
Thank you. Is she doing anything else to screw with me as I go there?
As you walk up the stairs, I need you to make a dexterity check.
I hate you so
Fireball.
much.
This whole place is Macaulay Culkin to shit.
Dexterity check.
10.
So, as you step on one of the steps, you don't notice that there's a bunch of ball bearings on it. And as you step, you basically go face first into the stairs. You
So
take
60 points of damage and he dies.
you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage
Jesus!
as you
I bounced my
land.
face off marble stairs. Fucking great.
Jeez, you thought Helena was bad. Helena's a
She
cakewalk
runs off
compared to
laughing, by the way.
Oh no, my new armor. I look like a dork.
And there are no more tricks on your way up.
Already taking after her sister. And he'll head up.
All right. So as you walk through the threshold of the door, you are met by a series of cluttered documentation, just papers almost fucking everywhere. It seems like nobody takes responsibility for much of anything around here. It's probably a lot more organized back at Vale, but this place seems to just be a whole of where it doesn't really matter what happens here in Aurario. This is just a house here.
I should have snuck in Lionel.
As
He'll attempt to find something.
make an investigation check with advantage because you know what you're looking for.
Alright. Probably not that one. 19.
19.
Falls on ball bearings again, but then finds a book.
You do
Child.
you do managed to sift through some of the paperwork and some documentation, specifically a book that seems to be the first record of Arya Hope, which is the current goddess of song and truth. As you begin to inspect through, it's a detailed report of her life as a tiefling woman who grew up in a world where they weren't very much appreciated. Her adventures through Celsium, which were a danger to herself, but she had to do it. Then it begins the documentation about her relationship to Osmodeus as a god that punishes. He's not particularly evil, but he's not particularly good as well. He is profoundly bound by doing the service of punishing evil souls while also not being good in being a individual, and her relationship as being the daughter. Then there was the interaction of finding out how he came onto the prime material plane, how he was usurped from the Nine Hells, and how he was stripped of his power, how he fell in love, how he had a relationship with a human woman. And then when one of his personal loyal demons decided to return back, there was an unbridled rage. And when he returned back with more power than ever, usurped his throne, and he kicked out the 3 gods from the 9 hells, which caused him this much agony and pain as payment for this disservice to him. Those 3 gods were Lolth, Grumish, and Zahir.
All right.
As far as the record goes,
Cancel try to find like spare parchment or something and write all that stuff down so he can pass that off to the group.
As far as all record goes, Arya killed Lolth. And that's how she gained that primordial power and how she began her ascent to godhood.
All right, then. Is Candace able to find anything else besides the personal history between the House of Hope and Zahir?
It does maintain the same record as far as you are aware. Braun was initially going to be of service to Bahamut. And Braun is the husband of Arya. However, in Arya becoming a goddess and Braun falling in love with Arya, this created the tear and the divide of Braun being what would have been the champion of Bahamut. And then only to have been abandoned and with no acolyte to determine the next champion, basically decided to abandon the House of Hope. And to subsequently at some point just remove himself from humanity for a while. And then, I guess, as far as record goes to show, you came along. And that's the divide. Very high schoolish in some way.
Petty little fuck.
Right?
All right. Is there any record as to how Lulz was killed?
She put her power in a dying people. As far as everyone knew, the Drows died during the time of the Feyvelmach. They no longer existed. There was very few of them, like literally a handful. And then when they tried to take over Cathedral Ward within Hollingrad, pretty much the party encountered that and killed the last Drow, and subsequently her power had diminished to the point where she was basically mortal.
Okay, so one way to kill Zahir would be to kill everyone who follows him. Alright then.
Genocide run.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Alright.
Can also write all the impertinent information there.
Okay. And
keep that to himself.
alright. As you pack away the information, you leave the jewel behind on the diary. And leave a note that belongs to Silly.
Yep.
Alright. As you leave and open the door, almost like a nightmarish feeling of this little girl standing outside the door as you open it.
Oh.
Come play with us, kids.
So did you get everything you need?
Hopefully, yes.
Alright, cool. And she runs down the hallway.
Can I make a perception check for other bullshit she might have put down?
Yeah.
We have so many sights to show you.
17.
There's like a piece of string at the stairwell that would have tripped you up.
Uh-huh.
These fucking Macaulay Culkin little shits.
Oh, you know, Canis snapping his neck in 3 places is pretty funny, I gotta say.
She's wearing armor.
That's
Wait till it
worse!
gets electrocuted.
That's even worse. He will die. That will kill a person.
This is
I'm-
fine.
Yeah.
He'll step over that and keep going.
As
More ball bearings.
As you step over and you begin to walk out, you notice that the little girl now in the arms of a very older tiefling woman, and you finally leave back into the arms of your ever so protective family and friends.
Helena drops some ball bearings outside the gate.
I was half expecting
Not
you to
actually.
say... I was half expecting you to say he fucking steps over the wire and goes down the staircase and the staircase slopes.
And then a fireball. Good measure.
And then
Make a deck save! Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god.
I guess during this whole time, I make that fucking message over to the Crow Father. Not all that fucking excited about it, but well, I know we'll just tell him. All right, look, I know I left. I know I'm gone. But apparently, I pretty much just give him a rundown of what's going on and that I seek his wisdom.
in 25 words, you manage to try and summarize the best you can to a very old man.
God damn it.
As words begin to whisper back to you, Lionel,
God damn it.
I am
Are you doing
so glad you're interested in my stories. I hope to hear and see you soon more.
Oh God, he expects me to go back?
Gotta visit Grandpa.
Lionel fucking... Oh, god damn it, Lionel fucking catatonic face is so hard.
This is like the time arc for freaking One Piece. Everybody has to split to see their respective masters.
It's the fucking worst. There's so much traveling that needs to be done. And
we don't have enough legs.
How the fuck do we go to another continent? I had to travel here by foot.
We could get a boat for, I don't know, 3 years.
Jeez.
Oh, shut up. Shut your fucking mouth.
God damn it.
Well, I did come over by ferry. It is possible.
God, I don't want to go back.
God, I hate this. I hate having to travel that far.
Canis, why is your armor already scuffed? What did you do?
Don't ask.
Slight laughing in the background.
Well, I don't know if there's some way to get fast travel over back to another goddamn country. But apparently the Crow Father believes that he took my message as I'm going to return home and ask him.
Actually, Lionel, there is something within your history that you are aware of. It is in fact nearby the Forest of Spiritsu.
Oh, thank God.
They are known as the Pools of Awai. UWAI. Pools of Awai.
Okay.
These, as stories have been told, on moonlit nights, these pools would come to life at the behest of Fays. And they can take you to a different plane of existence, should you jump in.
What the fuck would we do that?
Oh god, there's a fucking ethereal portal between my house and this fucking country somewhere.
I hate this so much.
Oh god. How do you think Lionel feels? Lionel begrudgingly just like says, alright, I heard stories. I've never decided to go check and see if it's true, but this might help us in the long run. There's a magical pond that can bring someone to and from the ethereal plane into the material.
How does that help us?
I don't know.
They connect to different planes of existence. That's what the stories have been told. It's just that nobody goes because nobody wants to end up in a fucking Shadowfell.
Yeah, that.
Again, how does that help us?
I don't know, resident person who lives in the Feywild. How can you help us in this scenario?
I mean, that was my thought. Would it possibly lead to the Feywild?
One of them do. And vice versa.
God.
That... Well... That could help in one way.
In what way? Just throwing us somewhere randomly in another plane?
I need to go home.
Lionel cups his face. Okay, then listen. You one-trip us to your home. We ask if someone in your home knows any way to connect us back to the material plane through the ponds.
No.
We go back out. What?
No. We use the pond to get there. I have a scroll to get us back. That would actually be very helpful.
Okay, I guess we're going back home then. Yay! Lionel fucking waves jazz hands with a very sour expression.
Look,
We are?
if it makes you feel any better, I'm not happy about this either.
You're not happy about this? There's people waiting for me. I need to take care of this.
We can't take care of them. From what I think I'm understanding from that book, we need special items Lionel already has one. Or Lionel. Leroy already has one.
Well, we either need special items or apparently to kill every follower of Zahir.
I don't understand.
We have a lot of options, apparently.
A lot of options. Leroy is probably already dead again, somewhere there.
It's fine, he can come back to life.
It comes and goes.
It's hard to feel sorry for him.
Yeah,
It's
especially
very
after I
difficult.
told him it would be wise to explain to us, putting faith and trust. That's a problem with your family!
It kind of is.
Kind of.
I
Kind
would,
of.
I would not be so lackadaisical about that.
It seems to look.
Pity's sake, River, I'm a spy as my job. You lie more than I do.
I had to. I couldn't risk it.
You guys here at the house.
Alright, well, I guess the only fucking positive thing I can take out of this is that I guess my ma and pa can actually see I did make friends and not pretend like it's some kind of childish fantasy and their son is just living a couple of miles away.
Aw.
See, Mom, my internet friends are real.
Well, I guess that doesn't make any sense considering that my dad picked up a trade because I left, so I guess it's a little bit more positive than I'm thinking. The only good side about this is that I look up at I meta at God. My brothers and sisters aren't back home in some fucking way.
Canis will get at the door while Lionel is doing that.
As you open the door, it is a very familiar sight. None other than Madame Elise, as she was scheduled to come here today.
Fantastic.
Great.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
I was expected, so may I enter?
That you can.
And she passes through the door. She looks at all of you, ever so familiar. Well,
Ever
Hi.
so frazzled.
well, it's been some time, not too long. Any particular reason why I'm here?
Should we just bring her up to speed just for sake of brevity?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For the sake of
Yes,
brevity, we
please.
bring her up to
Alright.
speed.
Wait. Before we do that, is there any way to confirm it's her?
Come on. Like, just, like, cast identify, maybe?
Who else knew she was coming here?
We are-
I slowly turn around to River like I'm fucking like a model on a 3D printer.
No,
I
you don't
back
look at me
her.
like that.
Can you step outside and just transform into a dragon for 1 second?
Me?
No, you don't look at me like that. We are aware people have been. That thing has been scrying on us.
It'll help us to make sure that you're not a
I
spy.
don't think I should do that in the middle of the city.
Neither do I.
How big is this room? It's a freaking mansion. There should be
Oh, we're not.
some-
Yeah, okay, that's a great idea. Candace's mom has already pissed us enough. Let's double that by fucking putting in a gargantuan dragon through 3 stories of the fucking building.
Yes.
She'll
Pretty-
definitely
Here,
knock
here,
over the
I'll
expensive
just
base.
I'll do this. She basically casts like a basic ice spell, and it
So what? That rat can
makes
also do the
it
thing.
makes what is ever so clearly and ever so defined as the creature that killed you, River.
Ah!
I'll tell. Wonderful.
That's not.
Oh, it stings, does it? Good, then you know it's real.
Quite a lifelike statue.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. We need
practice
to be a
every
little
now
bit
and
of- a little bit- We need to be careful because we have been scried on before without doing a saving throw with my essay. Well, yes, I'm just saying. We need to be
Well,
careful.
She does bring up a good point. Canis, that treasury room of yours, is that protected against scrying?
Should be, yes.
As far as you know, the vault is pretty much externally magic proof. So pretty much divination and any way
Bring the
of
tra-
getting into it is impossible.
Guys, are you fucking stupid? We're
Do
gonna
I
bring
really
a
want to
dragon
bring any
in-
kind of dragon into the family?
Yeah, into an
boardroom?
arm, into a fucking.
Yeah.
Ah!
I don't care. It's not my fortune.
Doesn't mean I
No,
want a silver dragon taking mine.
Look, I'm just saying it's not necessary. I'm just justifying why she needs to be.
Yeah, but,
asking.
Yes,
but
yes,
Bracky,
yes,
here's the
okay.
fun part about that is that you're gonna tell us we're still being scried on until we actually do take her downstairs in the
Okay,
one
let's-
safe place that we know that isn't being scried on. So we're kind of got our hands fucking tied here.
Okay, this is Bracky speaking. Can you not detect magic to see if we are being scried on?
No, I don't have detect magic.
Why you suck? Okay,
All right. Anyway,
Well, that being said, I know I wish to assist you all with what will be happening soon, but is there anything in particular?
it's a long story.
we have a general idea of what we need to do. Have you heard of? She'll describe the snake people.
Oh. You and Tani. Ancient race. Prefer not to mess with them. They're not inclined to my type.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, they just declared war on us.
Well, they have to have a lot
I
of
think
confidence to be
Zahir?
doing something like that.
Well, apparently they're trying to bring back a god. They have a plethora of magical items.
Wasn't there a god that contacted us?
Yes, they did, so I think, at least to some extent, it even has some of its strength back.
What did you say the name was? Zahir?
Yeah, the god's name is Zahir. She's
Yeah.
kind of racking her brain about this.
We were thinking of getting a bunch of people that we've been connecting with to help us go to Low Bandle and, take care of this cult of people, but we were told that it needs more investigation on it.
We were
apparently.
told to seek more wisdom, and
Mhm.
my only other source of wisdom right now is back in Yemen.
And yourself?
What would you find in Yemen?
A man known as the Crow Father, someone who actually has verse knowledge on all of the has verse knowledge on the items in question.
You mean the fragments of Primeval?
Yes.
Yes.
That one I might know one or two things about. Not in particular to what would be the man who is married to the Raven Queen, but I have some base knowledge. In my time, I like to collect various magical items, and I take pride in my personal hoard. But the one things that always seem to escape me are these ancient pieces of blessed technology and weapons and equipment. I am aware of the throne, and that's probably the one that's the most well known, is the one that is donned by the king during the times of war.
Yes.
I am aware of one other, and that is known as Mensine's Will. That one, during her time in her existence, she was known as an angel of light. She was the daughter of Paelor, of course, and in her time she amassed a great following, led many a crusade, and in her final will she was buried near her husband, and that is somewhere within Hollingrad.
So, short of grave robbing a holy site, what else could we do?
I mean, if there's anything that I could do, I mean... Is there?
I
Where were hey God, where were those portals located, by the way? Like the pools?
They were known
whatever
as
they
the
were
Pools
called?
of Awai within Yimnan. They are a little northeast of the Forest of Spiritsu.
And you said there was like another pool, like in Al-Anon too, right?
No, these pools go to separate planes of existence, not.
So it's
Yeah.
got it.
So we would have to be in the Shadowfell to even find this other one.
Basically, it acts as a simple door. It doesn't let creatures from outside those planes go in, only creatures from this plane to go between them.
Okay. Is it possible that you can give us a ride to Yinmen?
I personally can't take you there, but I can send you there.
oh.
Oh god, yes!
You can?
Wait. Oh yeah.
It wouldn't be hard. I would just need a bit of time.
All the gems in this room.
I would just need
There's a whole room full of gems. I can show you.
Here. And she grabs with what looks like to be a small personal satchel in this form, with what looks like to be several different ingredients. Now, while my magic is innate, I do dabble in some wizardry.
Handing out to Lionel, how easy to find are these?
Well, let's take a look. God, what do we got?
So, she has several small stones in her hand, and they are multicolored. Now, I only have 5 of these. And they're one-time use, but it's... if you decide to put this on a piece of stone of your choosing, it will create a small doorway which will only last for about a minute. To which, once you pass through, the doorway closes and disappears forever.
And multiple people can go through once, or is it just one person?
As long
per
as they
stone?
go in through the minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just had a really dumb idea.
Now, here's the thing. You can only do this on this plane of existence.
Was going to be my next question. Yep.
Well, that's fine, because guess what your boy has, spell-wise? Lionel's Moving Tower. And how do you set up Lionel's Moving Tower? By using a stone. What if my tower was a gateway that led us to another side?
Oh, I mean,
Would that work?
combining spells is a very dangerous act, but as soon as I would believe that when you disappear from your tower, the tower disappears along with you. But once again, you can only use this 5 times. And that's about it. And she put...
Well, it's a lot better. It fucking helps us out in any way, shape, or form, so that's a good idea.
And she puts the beads into a small bag and ties it, and she hands it to you, Lionel.
Yeah.
Now, as a deal for me giving you these, should any of you come across any of these fragments, I personally want to see it.
Of course. It's only fair.
Yeah.
Very well.
With
Absolutely.
although it's all right if we use them, we might need them for this upcoming battle.
Very well. I
If it's just to
I am
pique your- if it's
personally
just to pique your
curious.
curio-
I am personally curious.
I was about to say, yeah. If it's just to state, personal curiosity, then that's not
I'm
an
an
issue.
ancient being. I will live longer than any of you.
Don't fucking remind me. Lionel
I'll-
says bitterly, and then kind of
I
perks
will
down,
one
I'm
day
sorry.
probably be in possession of them by your own hands. And she gives a very faint bow. Well then. Let me know when you all intend to assault this low bundle.
We'll be in contact.
Very well.
Mm.
And as she opens the door to leave, she looks back at all of you.
Actually, Garo's gonna like, can I talk to you for a minute, please, before you go?
Very well. A moment with you.
In private. Just...
She steps outside with you, and she closes the door to the rest of you.
Beads.
Yeah, magic beans. So put teleportation beads in your inventory. You got 5.
Fuck yeah.
Hooray, we have fast travel now.
Not permanent fast travel.
God.
You only get 5.
It's fine.
It
Sure beats the fuck out of walking.
All right.
Yep.
So, Gordon.
I have a question. Something that might be a bit too sensitive for you. Can you tell me more about Vulturex? This black dragon?
He was ruthless. And he always used fear in order to get what he wanted. And I remember a time where that ruthlessness wasn't so violent. Until he started playing with things that he shouldn't have.
And what kind of things were those?
I know not where it is now, but he once had the eye of Vecna. An ancient being long before the Fairvale Mark, and while this artifact hopefully would have been removed many centuries ago, it always seems to just escape our grasps.
Okay, like out of character. The eye was the
Eye
which
of
one was that again?
Vecna.
No, that's one of the weapons that we're looking
No.
for, right?
No, you are thinking
so
of
something
Bullia's
else.
averted eyes.
Oh, okay, my bad. Alright, main character. Do you know exactly where his lair was, by any chance? Was he in Alardon, or did he go in some other country?
When I chased him from White Dragon Summit, I knew not where he intended to go. But
And you...
I knew he did go south.
South. And you think he's still alive, right?
Quite honestly, no.
Do you happen to know if he had any children? Or any spawn, or whatever you would call it?
I would not think beyond the idea that he may have not had a few concubines, but if you're concerned about yourself,
I am, to be honest. And he's gonna lower, he's gonna expose his shoulder and show the dragon mark. This showed up recently, and ever since lately, strange things. I've been able to do strange things. I just don't know what it means, but what you said about Vulturex really stuck with me. Is it possible for a dragon to give these dragon marks themselves?
she looks at it in passing and she looks to you. Don't worry about him. If you're worried about whether or not that you are somehow connected to him, that shouldn't be your goal?
Then what should be my goal?
I think your goal should be with them. She looks towards the window as everyone's talking among themselves.
I guess you're right, but there's just so many things I need to figure out. Stuck on a journey, I don't even know what the destination is. And now stuck with all these thoughts that may or may not be true. I try to keep quiet, but there's just so much on the mind.
She puts a hand on your shoulder. You feel it slightly cool to the touch, but almost like simple snowfall. Do what is best for you. You seem so worried about what other people will think of you, or what others demand of you. You're a good man, Garu. That should be your legacy. That should be your focus and your goal.
If you say so. Thank you. I'm sure we'll meet again soon, but I'm sorry to take up your time.
We'll meet again. And she removes her hand and she begins to exit out through the front gates and walks into the unknown crowd, lost in the face of many people, and the sound and footsteps that echo. As you return back inside, you find your friends bickering where to go first.
God damn it, what are we supposed to do? I was actually thinking, Dungeon Master, like now that everything is out and I can speak normally, would the Dustling family be familiar with the Metellus family? Like, did Canis and River met when they were fucking babies or something?
Not possibly. Nope, not in any possibility that you two have ever met, but the name of royal families get passed around a lot across the vast lands of Alanon. In Canis, you are familiar with the Dustlike family and how they had two sons, and for some strange reason, and this seems to go for everyone, the thought of Lobondel being in danger has always sounded off. And it's like this general perception of they've been fine this entire time. I don't know why it would ever come across to now that something's wrong.
So yeah, this whole time River will be just spending time explaining that given the name would just connect the dots, basically. And, she doesn't know what's going on at Low Bandle, but she knows it's not good. Especially after what happened. Like, you guys never knew anything about it?
No.
At most, I assumed it was just a fire that occurred some years ago.
So we have these bits of teleportation.
Here's what I think. We should learn from our original mistake. We should tell your mother. Nudging at Canis.
That we should.
Probably go to Lionel's home first.
Oh, yeah!
Then, if possible, find these pawns. See if we can go to my home.
We take care of everything we can in that area and then come back and take care of everything here. So we don't need to travel twice.
Yes. I have the scroll. I can get us back here. No complications, hopefully.
So we are going back to Yanmin.
It seems to be the case. Wait, how do those things work? Are we supposed to, do we go to a specific spot?
I'm going to what Lionel assumed he was gonna do. He was just gonna like conjure a couple of stones to create an archway and just like use the bead to walk through it.
Yeah, but where would we be going? Like, where do they go?
Well, my original cool fluff idea was open the tower, walk through the door, and then the tower appears wherever we decide to go, and that would be just outside of the Lionel's hometown, I guess. But if that doesn't work that way, then I was going to say, all right, well, we go through the door, and then we open the door, and we're in Lionel's old fucking room when he was a kid.
Yeah, because I'm guessing Lionel has to use it so that we can teleport to somewhere that he knows.
Yep.
Before we go, Cadence, can you do me a favor?
Hmm?
I don't have any more scrolls to talk to people. I wasted the last 2. Could you contact my mom?
Absolutely.
Just to know if she's okay.
Anything else you want to say to her?
To stay safe. Just, if anything happens, just stay out of sight. I don't know. I would like for her to be in a safe place, but I don't know if they have any connections to her from me. So I would assume she's okay, but I just want to know if she's okay.
All right. I'll send her the message. Mind
Alright.
beams.
Mind.
Beans.
I haven't had any response from anyone from the leader of the Mara Enclave, from Leroy, from Airsurf, no one.
So, Canis, as you send out the message,
Mm-hmm.
you get words back. Thank you, Mr. Matillians. And, if he dies, I'm coming for your throat.
Canis is no good, very bad day.
Go.
Why am I the one being punished?
Because you're rich.
Because you're the straight man.
It's the rich.
I'm going to snap, and all of you are coming with me.
Alright.
Nah, man, not the guy with Misty Step. Bye.
Bye, bitch.
Not the girl with Misty Step. Bye.
Stealth check.
It's just
Stealth
River.
check, natural 20. Oh, a 30.
Oh no.
I guess I'm
Ah,
gone.
locate creature. Locate creature's a domain spell, bitch.
Oh no, I was talking about
Anyway,
Helena.
let's tell your mom what
Anyway,
we're doing,
focusing,
and then
focusing.
Yes.
Lionel will fucking magically teleport us back to his fucking house shaped like a shoe in the middle of the woods.
Again, we really should
Before
talk to
that.
his mother this time.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to send her. Oh, by the way, I'm across the planet now.
Alright. So, as Canis, you go see your mother. She looks absolutely dreadful right now. Like, she's tired. Yes, Canis?
Janus ain't looking great either.
Yes, my son.
So, we are going out to find more information.
You're taking my advice.
That we are. And the first stop on this is Yimnan.
That is thousands of miles away.
Lion flossing in the background.
Well, I reached out to contacts who could actually help me on this, rather than just the sergeant. On our way home from Krog, we did meet a silver dragon, who I have been in contact with. And she has agreed to help me and the rest of the group get to Yimyan. Quickly, mind you.
Good. I'm glad that made some friends in more weird ways than one. I want you to be safe. But I know what you're doing is unfathomably complicated and life-altering and dangerous. Just promise me you'll come home.
I promise.
She gets up from her desk and she walks over and she gives as warm a hug as possible.
Canis will return it.
Alright. She lets you go. Be safe.
I'll try.
And she returns back to her seat. And she watches you as you walk out the door.
Open the door, everyone is just standing there waving.
And Lionel flossing.
No,
Lionel
dude, now
flossing it
now
out.
it's the Carlton. We switched that. That's that old hotness.
Where's our... Alright, so... Lionel? You find a piece of stone. What do you guys intend to do?
Are
Well,
we all done here?
we ain't getting anywhere staying around here. Lionel fucking finds a, Lionel goes outside. Let's go to the garden area. Lionel goes out into the garden, uses benign conjuration to make an archway with a door.
Alright.
Makes a small notch for the door, for the teleportation stone to be right above where the door handle would be.
Alright.
And Lionel uses his magic to think of opening the door to his own personal room back home.
As the stones form this archway and build a simple wooden door, a brass metal handle with a small indentation for the stone. In your mind, you imagine the room where you used to live in, where your brothers and sisters all used to gather before you head to bed. You place it in, and you see the door begins to shimmer and shine, and arcane energy fills every grain that can be seen on the wood, and the stones begin to tighten and glow. As you open the door, you see as it swings beyond, you guys all see a simple room. It's low clearing, a single window from afar. As you all step through, and you shut the door behind you dissipates. It turns
All the taller people
turns
flop
to
their heads.
ash. As you scream, you hear breaking of several silverware and glass.
Maurice, get the gun.
God damn it!
Who's out there? Hello?
Mom, you're gonna have a lot of things are gonna happen. You might want to get Dad.
Lionel? And as time
I-
comes running up the stairs, she looks, everyone's knocking their heads around, and you're standing there.
I told you I was versing in magic, so I told you to expect weird things to possibly happen.
You all see a very simple and almost mirrored reflection, slightly older and very feminine details for a large opossum woman. And she has very simple hairstyle with two sticks holding up with what would have been longer hair for her, and a very cleaned, as much as it possibly could be, dress. My boy!
If it's not too much to ask, if it's not too much to ask, Mom, I think it might be best to have some frog soup for dinner tonight.
Shit, I forgot the cheese. God damn it!
I kicked River in the fucking kneecap.
She runs over and she hugs you so close.
Oh God, I hug her back.
Friends, frog soup, and perhaps some tea.
I think that would be great,
Alright.
Mom.
And she leads you all downstairs into what is now a beginning snowfall of winter in this area. As you look out and beyond, you see a very older looking Apsu man down in the kitchen here. His glasses much towards the end of his nose. Looks up. Lionel.
Hello, Pop. Heard you were getting into brewery.
I did. And he gets up nice and slow and he walks over.
Oh, I meet him halfway and I
He
give him a
hugs
hug.
you, and the mom gets in on it too. And you
Aw,
got
yeah.
friends. Oh,
Yeah, it was kind of a last-minute scenario based on the nature of my trip, but I couldn't start it off without seeing you two again.
well, we have a lot to show you now. Made a bit of coin. The house is a little bit more sturdier, as you can see. Your pops is doing well.
I'm so happy for you guys.
That you doing well yourself, boy. He holds you so much closer too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh. So, what brings y'all home? And
Yeah, I was going to say, like, can business wait for 5 minutes as I turn to everyone else?
Enjoy your time.
Of course.
We can take care of that later.
well, we don't have much space for y'all, but we could possibly try and make some room in the back shed, and hopefully might be able to keep you all out of the snow.
Oh, no. Actually, that's quite all right, Mom, Pop, that's quite all right. Lionel just, like, looks around and finds, like, a random stone. He just, like, shows it to him. My friend's guest rooms are on me, as he smiles and leads them outside.
As you guys walk out into what is a cavalcade of several different kinds of people, beastmen, individuals that are so otherworldly by design. This is where homebrew meets my game.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh boy, you came here!
Boy, I feel like Franz is about to have a heart attack.
Well,
What? A bunch of
everyone
animals are
else is
walking
gonna-
around.
Everyone else is gonna have a heart attack as Lionel like takes them out to like an open space where the tower can produce any fucking
As-
like just takes the stone, puts his hands down on the floor, and fucking Full Metal Alchemist style
All
summons
right.
the tower.
And as a tower builds in a 3-story building, which is now taller than any other building in this village, everyone is staring intently. Well, boy, you even got your own kind of house. Mighty impressive. I don't see your brothers doing that.
Well, hoping to. Ooh, Lionel cringes at that a little bit. Well, in any case, it's just a home for now, but I have plans for this. Try to go into a trade similar to you two.
We'll definitely be able to have that kind of conversation. Well, I'll get started on the stew. Please, everyone be comfortable.
I'm getting on in there and helping her out.
All right. As you guys spend pretty much the rest of the day helping out none other than Lionel's family, Rock and Time. You guys express the stories, and every time Lionel pops up in the most dangerous form and way, they catatonic.
Your son killed a demon. He what?
What?
He what?
The long story.
For the entire trip we've been here, your son has tortured me with flying material.
He's always been impressive that way.
That was not the answer I was expecting, but okay.
I don't think you'll get any sympathy here.
They seem to be really happy with it.
All right. As the night goes on, you guys find yourselves with a bowl of frog stew, and the several times where they do go catatonic in your stories, and that's when you guys hear a. Now I wonder who the heck could possibly be.
What that might be.
Well, I mean, I did kind of summon a tower in the middle of Town Square Pop. I'm sure a lot of people are a little confused about that.
And walks over, and as he's slowly opening the door, you see what looks like to be just mostly the upper torso of a man cloaked in blackened feathers and very nice clothing, mostly black. As he now begins to slightly duck down. I heard the Lionel has returned.
Odd.
You guys
Lionel
see
just like covers
what
his face
is
like, oh
a
god.
human man. The first time you've ever seen someone that isn't particularly different. A beard that nearly touches the ground, and even as he begins to bend down, he holds it up. His eyes look almost glazed over, his hair long and blackened. I think I have a story to tell.
Oh, God.
And that is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's game. Hey.
I can't believe finally met Uncle Ed.
Cousin
I
Ed.
I have to say, those are the oldest 20-year-olds I ever seen. Oh boy.
Fuck you.
Oh man. Welcome to the homebrew section of my game. All right.
Oh,
so thank you guys so much
Nice.
for staying and sticking around, and so much lore, figuring out where you guys are going to go next. So come back next week, episode 30. And so sorry for all the technical difficulties tonight. We'll be seeing about why that was happening. Figure it out later. Oh yeah.
It'll be much better next time.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Wait, don't forget the raid.
Oh yes.
Don't forget the raid.
Raid. We'll raid Monty.
Sure.
I swear to God, Yaro, if we have to deal with fucking clowns, I'm going to go mad.
It's a possibility. You're
Possibly.
just going to have to accept it.
Is there clowns? I bet there's clowns.
All right. So
Bronze.
so that being said, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, see you next Sunday. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
See you next Sunday.
See you later.